Nowadays, of course, you can get pretty much whatever you want tattooed. But that really doesn't mean you should. The reason I say you really shouldn't do whatever you want is that there are limitations to a tattoo. It's not paper we're working on. It's not a canvas. It's living, breathing skin, which changes and ages and gets sunburned and gets scratched, and you keep growing through your life and your body shape changes, and you need to anticipate these things, is what I'm trying to get at. We want to make sure that your tattoo is done once and then looks great for 25 years, 35 years. I may have misled you a little with the title of this video because it's not really about how to choose your tattoo, it's more about how to compose your tattoo. It's more of an insight into how I design a tattoo, what I think about when I'm preparing a design for someone's tattoo. Look, there are certain rules, guidelines that it's really worth sticking to when planning your tattoo. Things that are really simple and you tend to see a lot in traditional tattooing. Like, you want to make sure you've got really high contrast in your tattoo. You don't want to have something that's too wishy-washy, essentially. I mean, you can do that if you want, but what I'm talking about here is doing a tattoo which is hopefully going to last for the rest of your life. You get it once, it's done. You might need some touch-ups, admittedly, but basically you're there. The reason I mention the traditional approach to tattooing is that the reason they've lasted so well over generations is that they look great for a long time. Those tattoos that your granddad had from when he was in the Navy, they still look cool now. If he'd have had a watercolour tattoo, it might not look as good. Just something to think about. You also want to make sure you don't have crazy amounts of detail in your tattoo. If there's too much, it's just going to close up over time. Tattoo ink disperses a little in the skin. It's perfectly natural, it's just what happens. When your tattoo's first done, it looks nice and crisp and clear, and it's really easy to see, and everything's nice and bold. But give it 10 years and it just softens a bit around the edges. So you want to make sure that you're anticipating that with your design. So think ahead. I know it's easy to get carried away thinking you need to spend 2 years designing, redesigning your tattoo until it's perfect, but actually the best thing to do is to get an idea. Don't get too fixed about what you exactly want to have, and then go and find a tattoo artist, an expert, to discuss it with them, because they're the ones that are really going to be able to help you out. Another great aspect of consulting a tattoo artist early in the design process is that the more involvement they have creatively, the more excited they're going to be about it, and the better tattoo you're going to get. Please don't be offended if you speak to a tattoo artist and they tell you that your idea isn't going to work. You may be an incredible artist yourself. It's just that you're not using the rules of tattooing, so what you want and what you've designed might not last well as a tattoo and may not even work in the first place. Don't think you need a reason to get tattooed. The fact that you want to get tattooed is a good enough reason. If you think tattoos are beautiful and you want to get one, go and get a tattoo.